Hey guys, Steve here from Tech Toy Tinker and Retro Arena. I wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you about this Beta 3 build that was just released today. It's got a couple of features that have been added. The first one is that it auto loads NTFS SD cards in slot 2. So, just to show you what I mean, see how there's a Game Boy Advance game here and not much else? That's because I turned this on with that in slot 2. So now, if you were to say, remove that second SD card and then restart the system, it will then load from the internal card instead. You can put you can take any size card, format it to NTFS, and then put it in after you've turned your unit on for the first time. And then use from Odroid options, you would click on copy to SD and it'll copy the entire folder structure of your ROMs from the internal to SD2, at which point then you can pop it into your PC, fill it with your games that you own. Don't download games, but you can put your backup games that you own onto your SD card that's formatted to NTFS, pop it in, turn it on. And so as you could see, when I had the SD card that was NTFS formatted in there, it loaded the game that was on there. With it removed, now it's loading the games that are on the internal SD card. That's feature 1. FCA mod emulation station has been fixed. You can see the distro version, your battery percentage. The scraper will scrape 2D games, 2D box art, 3D box art. It will also scrape screensavers or screen snaps, and it will scrape videos as well. Video snaps in the menus are also working here. So you can go in here and you can see your 3D box art. And then after a moment of watching it, it'll show you a video of the game. You can set your video scrapes up to be your screensavers. And then if you see a game, you're like, oh, I want to play that, you press start. And it'll take a moment, but it will load that game that you're seeing your screensaver of. Nintendo DS has been added back as well. MPV video playback has been restored. I'll give you a quick example of that here. Volume buttons. Pause. Skip forward. Skip backward. Exit. There's a separate listing for TV as well. You just can't see it because I don't have any. So you can keep TV shows, movies on here. For me personally, I would like things like, the Ninja Turtles, the Mario Brothers TV show, Sonic TV show, things that Zelda TV show, things that pertain to retro gaming. Because why not? Open bore is here. N64 and Dreamcast do work, but it's not every game works. It's kind of touch and go. It's running through RetroArch, and this device doesn't have the most power. I'm also not going to really play this game. I'm just going to show you guys. L2 will toggle between screens, but there's nothing on the other screen right now. I don't remember what the button is. There we go. Like I said, I don't want to get too into it. I was just showing you guys a bit of drastic here. Super Nintendo MSU1. If you find that this button isn't doing it for you quite loud enough, you can turn it up louder with RetroArch with selecting up and down. It's kind of like an overdrive. This is for Super Nintendo or SNES 2010 core, which plays the chip games like Star Fox and Yoshi's Island. Game Boy Advance and Color have the rumble feature enabled. PlayStation can rumble, but not the core being used here that works best doesn't have the rumble feature, but you can just launch it through RetroArch 32 and launch the core with rumble. Dreamcast does have Rumble as well for the games that do play decently. Saturn, it's not the greatest. I mean, you can play the easier games like Liquid Kids, Mortal Kombat. Those work fine. But if you try to play the more complex games, it's not going to go well. I don't suspect many of you bought this to play Saturn anyway, so. We recently added a second Amiga core, UAE for ARM, instead of just having PUAE. Just wanted to go through and give you guys a quick view of all the systems that are in here. Oh, Megaduck. I want to show you guys this. This is cool. It's Megaduck / Cougar Boy. It was I can't even say a Game Boy clone. It was like a cheap wannabe Game Boy. That's basically how I would call it. This is running through advanced MAME. On my end, I've already set all the games up, but on your end, I should show this actually in a video. So you would press the L2 button, and as you can see, you would just go to Input System, and for each game you're playing, I'll turn it down a little bit. For each game you're playing, you just want to go to the Input here, and input stuff. A is to select, B is to go back, R2 is to exit. This same emulator is also used for Adventure Vision and Supervision. Supervision is like Game Boy. It's intended to be, and it's got, I think, 65 games in its library. Megaduck has about 40, 45. So between the two, they have a library of about 100 games, and some of them are similar to Game Boy, but they're not the same. Like, they're different versions of, or different iterations of. See how this is not working? Because I have to go here and go to input this system, and then see, now I can press the start button. So yeah, if you try to play one of these Supervision or Adventure Vision games and the controller's not working, that's why. R2 is exit, L2 is to configure your controller. Advanced MAME can also be used to add Bally Astrocade, TI-99, and several other systems as well, which I will look into doing. As I was saying at the beginning here, you pop a NTFS formatted SD card into slot 2, and then you click this copy ROMs to SD here, and then it'll copy the /ROMs folder from the internal to the root of SD2. It won't copy the whole ROMs, like it won't copy the folder named ROMs, it copies all the subdirectories to the root, and then when you boot it up, the system will automatically load that card instead of reading from the internal. So you can say have a 16 gigabyte card here, and then a 256 gig card for NTFS here to be able to pop it in and out of Windows and do whatever you got to do there. The scraper and everything's all working. That part's all good of it. Wi-Fi is the correct ratio and whatnot now. It's right side up. You can see it properly. It's not all bent out of shape. RetroArch is currently not using the go-to libraries because they're not working properly, and as a result, I mean, everything still works fine, and just the go-to libraries work a little better. That's the only real difference. It's not that it doesn't work this way. So, I mean, whatever. Good enough. Both RetroArch 32 and 64 are version 190 now. They've been upgraded. And yeah, other than that, that's about it. This is beta 3 version of the Retro Arena for the RG351V. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to eat your NutriGame bar. Take care.